Well, it's my first wash day vlog on the YouTube channel for 2021. 2 nights at Tulare, definitely got this thing pretty filthy. And it's time to clean it up here today. So we made it back safely from the Central Valley and we are back home in Southern Oregon after 2 nights of racing. My first 2 360 sprint car races of the year, and I would say they were a success. We ran 5th the first night and 9th the second night. And it just goes to show you sprint car season is back, and I'm so pumped to be behind the wheel of the 18T this year. Now, after the races on Saturday, my dad drove straight home. He is an absolute trucker. I have no idea how he's able to drive through the night. And we were back home early Sunday morning and ready to take on another week. And now as that week's gone by, we are actually close to another weekend. Unfortunately, I do not think we are going to be racing this weekend. We just had a couple things pop up that we actually have to do on Saturday, so we're not going to be able to run at the Cottage Grove Speedway with Carly in the limited sprint car. But she has more races planned coming up, so I'm excited to finally release a schedule here soon that we just put together for Carly and I both to race. I also haven't really showed you guys our meal yet. Now I'm going to, not in this video completely, I'm not going to give you a tour because I'm saving it for when I show you guys the new trailer, which will hopefully be out next week. Now real quickly, before we get into washing the race car on this beautiful morning here in Southern Oregon, I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsors. Without them, we would have not been able to head down to the Tulare Thunderbolt to get our season started. So first off, the main sponsor on the wing, we have Next Gen Dep, OMA KTM, QRC, Earth It Environmental. Then down here on the hood, we have on-site screeners. On the front nose wing, we have one of my good buddies, Kyler Shaw at Fast 4 Media. On the top section of the wing, we have Lafarge, which they've been with me for the past couple of seasons. We have Carson Oil. We have Pit Stop USA, which we're actually getting some more pit stop stickers, and they're actually gonna have this whole location on the inside of the left side wing panel. Then we got CS Design, Swindell Speed Lab, Ferguson, and Durango RV. And as the season goes on, I want to give you a little bit more background on each sponsor, but the one I want to talk about today is OMA KTM. Now, OMA stands for Oregon Motorcycle Adventure, and they are a local KTM dealer here in Southern Oregon for street bikes and dirt bikes. And their story is unique because of what just recently happened to them in 2020. Now, obviously, during 2020, a lot of businesses were affected by the pandemic, but if that wasn't already enough for OMA KTM, they actually experienced their building burning down. For when the wildfires got really bad here in Southern Oregon, one of them actually swept through like Ashland down the I-5 corridor, and OMA KTM was located off one of the exits that got hit really hard. I mean, I'm talking buildings that whenever we head to the Red Bluff Outlaws, we drive by all the time. This is a main road. And their location, as well as a lot of other businesses around them, actually burned to the ground. So that was such a hard hit to end the year, but good news, they are back up and running at a new location in a great spot. And I'm so proud to have them on the sprint car in 2021 because they have been supporting my racing for a long time now. So thanks to Jeff and everyone at OMA KTM. So awesome to have them as a sticker on the top wing for 2021. All right, I think it's time to get this thing all washed up.
That's a pretty good chunk of mud right there.
Yeah. Reminds me of the time we ran Montana and that happened. So Dad's finishing up on the motor. He really likes to be the person that does that to make sure it gets really clean. I'm about ready to move on to the car. Got to do a couple things. I'm going to get some of the tires out as well because we're going to need to wash those. See, down in California, we were actually able to run the same right rear both nights. Like I talked about, we were on those HTWs. A little bit of a wider tire. They got through some of the rough stuff much better. But we brought 2 of them down there to Tulare, and we only used 1 of them, which we could actually probably continue to use if we went back down there again, because it really wasn't too bad after both A main events. Well, this thing is about ready to be washed. Like I said a little bit earlier in the video, it's pretty filthy. Just wanted to take a second before I fire up the pressure washer and we get started on the second half of this wash day. How excited and ready I am to take on 2021. Even with just the Red Bluff and the Tulare videos coming out, I know we've already ran a little bit so far to start the year, but you guys are just showing so much support. And where this channel and my brand, Tanner Holmes Racing, is going with the podcast, with the videos, with the onboards, everything, and all the content to social media has just been so much fun, and it would not be possible without your guys' support. So I just want to take a moment to recognize the viewer and how much you guys contribute to this team and making it happen. All right, time to get the pressure washer out. We'll get the car, and also got to mention, got to get the tires cleaned. Well, I got all 7 tires all washed up. That can definitely be a little time consuming when those things are extremely dirty. The race car is also all cleaned up and ready to be pushed in the race shop. The meal also does need to be cleaned, but I'm just gonna kind of put it all back in its spot. My dad insisted that I do everything except clean the meal. He wanted me to save that for him. My dad's the type of guy, he likes things done a certain way. He wants it done his way. And with the meal, this thing's kind of his baby that he just got, and you just know how dads can be sometimes, so I'm just gonna let him be. He can definitely take the job of cleaning this. I do have a couple house cleaning things that I wanted to mention here on the channel. One of them is I have a certain shout out that I need to give. He's been around for a long time. He's one of the OGs on the channel. Well, he recently sent me a package, and I was not expecting a package. All of a sudden it just showed up at my doorstep, and it was from RV Horizons. His name is Gary, and he sent me actually a brand new GoPro Hero 8. Came with a case, SD card, battery. He also threw in some Funyuns in there because I've said before how much I love Funyuns on the YouTube channel. So he sent me a little care package. I just want to say personally here on the channel to Gary, I tried to comment back on one of his recent comments because Gary, you need to reach out to me. I owe you a t-shirt, buddy. But thank you so much. I think he got the idea because in Arizona I talked about I need a GoPro sponsor because I go through cameras left and right, and I go through the like $50 cases because man, at the sprint car races the rocks just absolutely KO them. But that was just so generous. So once again, Gary, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So that was my wash day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and just kind of following along with our process. I can be really bad with time management, and sometimes I'll like start and then I'll stop and then I'll take a break and then I'll keep going, then take another break. And so that's kind of why it takes me a little bit longer. Let me know if you guys are like that, and maybe you also kind of have that same routine if you drag it out throughout the whole day, because you know, just like a little bit of procrastination and then a little bit of just poor time management. But that can be kind of myself. Anyway, another thing I wanted to answer, because in previous wash videos I've seen this, people ask why I don't use the pressure washer on the panels, and I probably could, but especially with like the arm arm guard and stuff, I'm really trying to preserve the vinyl because it's already gotten pretty beat up. And my pressure washer isn't the strongest, so I just usually go through hand wipe them. It's a lot more efficient. Anyway though, let me know if you guys want to see more shop videos, more wash videos that kind of follow along with the race team throughout the week. They're really fun to make. And we have some awesome content coming to the channel soon. Doesn't look like we're going to be racing this weekend, so we'll have a weekend off, but we will really be into full swing as mid-April hits. Carly's going to be racing. I'm going to be racing. My good friend Bennett's going to be racing. My podcast co-host, so that's going to be fun to see him in the dwarf car. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys all in the next video. Have a phenomenal weekend. If you guys are racing or you're going to be watching, have a great time. Good luck, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.